So the next thing that happened on Monday Night Raw, it was a tag team match. But before we talk about that tag team match, we got to talk about a few things that was happening backstage, a few segments. Now we see Matt Riddle getting interviewed backstage by Kathy Kelly. And yeah, he was talking about how, Gunther would have lost against Kevin Owens if Ludwig Kaiser and Giovanni Vinci was at ringside and stuff, because the numbers game and all that stuff. So yeah, that's what he was talking about. And then all of a sudden we see Ludwig Kaiser and Giovanni Vinci coming up, interrupting Matt Riddle's interview and stuff. And they was talking a lot of crap, talking about how the ring general could beat him, and Matt Riddle was disrespecting Gunther and all that stuff. And then all of a sudden Kaiser pushes Riddle, and then Riddle was like, hey, you better watch what you're doing or whatever. He goes like 0 for 0, and then he pushes Riddle again. Riddle had enough. He starts brawling with Kaiser, and then he throws him over these crates, and then Vinci was trying to kick him in the stomach, but he got his foot caught, and Matt Riddle locks on the ankle lock onto Giovanni Vinci up until a bunch of officials had to pull him off. So yeah, that's what happened there. Pretty cool segment though. But then after that, we see Byron Saxton interviewing the new WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler, backstage. And they was talking about how, they dominated a match last week, that Fatal 4-Way Tag Team match, and that's how they became the new WWE Women's Tag Team Champions and all that stuff. So yeah, that's what he was talking about. But then they get interrupted by Kaden Carter and Katana Chance, which they're the newest members on the roster and all that stuff. And they come up and they was talking about how they won a match up against Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler to make a name for themselves and all that stuff. And then Ronda Rousey was talking about, oh, is that stupidity or something? And then Shayna Baszler was like, nah, I think it's more like ignorance or whatever, but it's like bravery, But let's see what they can do then in the ring. So yeah, that's what happened there. And then they go to the ring. So yeah, we'll get a tag team match right then there. Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler versus Katana Chance and Kaden Carter in a tag team match. And this match, it was a pretty good match. It was going back and forth between these two tag teams and everything. At one point, we see Carter and Chance hit their tag team finisher move. When we see Katana Chance grabbing Ronda Rousey in a neck breaker position, Kaden Carter climbing up the top turnbuckle, and she jumps off with the 450 splash with the neck breaker combination. Kaden Carter pins Ronda Rousey 1, 2, Shayna Baszler barely breaking up the pin by dragging Kaden Carter out of the ring. But then that's when Katana Chance jumped off the steel steps with a big drop kick onto her, taking her out. Ronda Rousey and Kaden Carter was going at it inside the ring, and then Katana Chance got tagged in, and Shayna Baszler gets tagged in at one point, and then it was enough right there, and Shayna Baszler locked on the Kokita clutch eventually onto Katana Chance, and it made her tap out. So yeah, Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler defeated Kaden Carter and Katana Chance tonight in the tag team match. That's what happened. Pretty good match though. They made their names pretty much in this match, but yeah, it was still a good match though. Pretty good tag team match. For that match, I'll give it 2.5, 3 stars. That's why I'll give it 3 stars. It was a pretty good one. But then after that match, we see Ricochet backstage, and he's getting ready for his match against Shinsuke Nakamura up next. But then he gets interrupted by Bronson Reed, and Bronson Reed was talking about how he don't get why that Ricochet's in the Money in the Bank ladder match and he's not, after he done defeated Ricochet like 2 weeks ago and stuff. And then Ricochet was like, well, I earned my chance. I defeated a 2-time Grand Slam champion in Miz, and you lost to Shinsuke Nakamura last week. Your undefeated streak is now over. And that's what he was talking about, and Bronson Reed was getting mad, and then Shinsuke Nakamura comes up, he goes like, yeah, I defeated you. I ended your undefeated streak. Stuff like that. That's what happened there. And then Bronson Reed was like, I'll get you next time. I just had a bad night. And then walks away. And then Ricochet and Shinsuke Nakamura was talking. They was talking how they was going to beat each other. And Shinsuke was like, okay, I'll see you in the ring. So yeah, up next it'll be Ricochet versus Shinsuke Nakamura 1-on-1 up next on Raw. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Until then.